Sometimes finding a fragrance super cheap at Marshall's, well, you can't go wrong. But today I wanted to revisit a scent that has gotten mixed reviews over the years that I think you guys will appreciate, that I found on discount. So if you like content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let's jump into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time finding the channel, my name is Gerard. Today we are looking at fragrances specifically found at my local Marshalls that I found on a discount. And I really wanted to revisit this scent because over the years, it has gotten mixed reviews. Either you love this scent or you think it is just super generic. The reality is we have so many choices. If you are into the fragrance hobby, you are looking at the next best thing. I mean, let's call it what it is, the newest flanker. I personally never wanted this channel to be about that. I just wanted to talk about fragrances that I came across and my first impressions of them and what I thought of my own collection. And it's getting expensive. I mean, let's face it, there is a lot of options. So, I tried to carefully research and look at things that I think I might like. And, I have the people that I trust, and I hope I'm that for a lot of you guys. But nonetheless, I think this is a good opportunity to revisit a scent that for a long time may have gotten, some people think it's underrated, some people think it's overrated. The scent we are talking about is Gucci Guilty EDT, the original. This is a 2011 release. I ended up paying $56 for the 50 ml, and you can find this probably roughly $10 or so cheaper on places like Joma Shop. I'll be sure to link it down below for you guys. This is one that, for better or worse, has gotten sort of, both positive and negative attention. It's basically either you think this is a massive compliment getting everyday staple, or you think this is just generic and boring. So I'm gonna decide, I'm gonna smell this. It's been a long time since I've smelled it. We're gonna take a look at the notes. I'm gonna get it on skin and ultimately let you guys know if Gucci Guilty EDT is still worth it. Let's get into it. Okay, so here you have the bottle, the presentation that I absolutely love. I think this just looks really nice. You have this shiny metal. It's pretty much the same on both back and front of the bottle. And the clear glass here so you can see the juice. Again, this is just a 50 ml, but I think I like that flask style of the bottle, just how it's kind of flat, easy to grab it in hand, and just kind of, if you wanted to, you could even slip this in your pocket. You wouldn't even notice. So let's take a look at the atomizer. And I'm not wearing anything today, so I'm going to get this right on my skin. And in the air, very fresh. Very, I guess, kind of has that fresh out of the shower vibe. Like you just washed up with a nice soap. It's a little bit green. There's a vanillic undertone to this. Has a little bit of that metallic vibe. And it's really nice in the air. It just smells masculine, like a put together signature scent. And I guess I'll get into it as we dig a little deeper. Let's see what this does off of skin first. And off of skin, I'm getting more of that metallic vibe. It's musky. It's a little effervescent. That vanillic undertone is there. The citrus is here. I don't know if it's lemon or orange, but really nice citrus note. This to me is definitely a scent of its time. So mid 2000s, doesn't smell dated, don't get me wrong, but it's pre bubblegum sweetness up top. So, it's very, I think that's why it comes across very masculine to me. But at the time, these types of fragrances, and I'm just getting a little bit more of a green note that I love. The greenness here really rounds out the whole fragrance. I love that green and the vanilla mix. At the time, the bubblegum sweetness was not a thing yet. It really started maybe a year or two later, where it became really popular and was in everything. So, 2011, you're looking at fragrances that lean more on musks, citrus, and the overall shower gel vibe, clean, lavender. I'm definitely getting a lavender note here. And as it dries down a little bit, the citrus is blending well with the vanilla again, and that metallic note is cooling off a little bit. This is an everyday fragrance. This is one that you could easily wear to school, the office, dressed up, dressed down. This is signature worthy. This is for every man. That's ideally who's going to be using this. And I think Gucci did a fantastic job creating a scent at the time for that. I'll also say that I think for what it is at the time, it might be a little bit of an amalgam of other fragrances that were popular at the time. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's almost like if Dolce & Gabbana The One had a baby with Chanel L'Homme Sport or something like that. You know, you're taking elements from each one of those fragrances and you're putting into this scent. Let's take a look at the notes really quick. So the notes for Gucci Guilty Pour Homme EDT. Top notes are lavender and Amalfi lemon. Mid notes are African orange flower. And the base notes are Virginia cedar, patchouli, and vanilla. So really basic note breakdown. There's nothing that in terms of notes stands out here and is the prominent note, which is also why I think some people might consider this to be a bit generic because it's harder to pick out notes. It's not like vanilla heavy. It's not citrus heavy. It's just really sort of middle of the road safe. And I don't want to mix up this being a safe fragrance to being a generic fragrance because I think this still has a place in a lot of collections even today. Massively popular when it first came out and for many years after that. But then, you know, the flankers started rolling and people claiming, you know, different variations and concentrations were better than the original. I'm not comparing today, but I will say that I think the EDT might be one that was unfairly judged and maybe even overlooked. I'm a sucker for citrus and vanilla, and I definitely pick up that vibe here. Still smells great. This is, I can see being a compliment getter. I can see women really liking this one because it has a freshness to it, a slight warmth. It's just the right amount of citrus sweetness, but no added sweetness. It doesn't, the vanilla even here is more of a creamy vanilla than like a frosting type vanilla. And again, it rounds out the fragrance, and that slight metallic edge to it makes this a masculine, put together fragrance. I still think this one is really nice. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. Generic is not how I would necessarily describe this one anymore. I think this has come full circle. So, you know, at the time, it was probably something a little different and people loved it. And then somewhere along the line, when we became flanker obsessed, this kind of fell by the wayside, became generic for a lot of people because they were just on to the next best thing that they thought was the next best thing. And this one got overlooked a little bit. So I'd be curious to know what you guys think of Gucci Guilty Pour Homme, the original EDT. Is this one that you still have in the collection that you still wear today? Let me know in the comments. As I always do, to get a better sense of overall performance here, I'm going to wear it this week. And the 7 fragrances sitting behind me right now, that's last week's rotation. I will be sure to link that video down below. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to put it through its paces. I'm going to see what my wife thinks of it, and I will let you guys know more about it in that video. As always, if you like content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We are on the road to 25,000 subscribers. We are almost there. I truly appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Like this video if you liked what you saw, and turn on bell notifications so you're updated whenever I upload something new. But until then, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next video.